Hey everybody, Grant here with Happy Tans. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to get started with your spray tanning business. Now, if you search the internet, there's tons of responses on how to get started on your spray tan business, where to get started, and everybody's view of how to actually start a business is a little bit different. Now, we've written an entire article about starting your spray tan business, over 10,000 words. We will link to that down below. There's a number of steps that we won't go into too much detail on because you can read them on the guide. However, I want to kind of walk you through the steps that we usually recommend for people when starting their business. So a lot of people will jump directly into the training and the products and things like that. And that's a good place to start for some. But we like to kind of take it back a step and prepare you for the business that you're about to get into. So for us, the first thing that you need to consider before you start your spray tanning business is to get the proper mindset. For anybody that hasn't run a business before on their own, it can be quite challenging. There's lots of ups and downs. On the Happy Tans podcast, we ask all of our guests what is their highest and lowest moments because we all go through them. So the proper mindset will get you to the right point to where you can go through certain times where it might be more challenging, but you can still make it through and have a successful business. So the mindset is a huge thing for starting your business. The second thing we like to talk about is what is success to you. So some people start their spray tanning business and their goal is to open a chain of salons, be the head honcho and run the entire business. Other people just want a little bit of discretionary income. They want to make a little bit extra money. Maybe they're a stay-at-home mom. Maybe they have a full-time job and they just do this in the evenings, but they want a little bit of extra money, so maybe they can take their kids to Disneyland or Disney World during the summer, whatever that may be. You know, everybody has their own goals, and one of my guests, Jen Diaz, brought that up. Like, what is success to you? It was a great question because everybody has a different view of what success is, so you need to determine that for yourself. I see a lot of people that have been in the business, and they're trying to compare themselves to other people, but their goals actually don't align with those people. So it's really important to make sure you understand what success is for your business. That leads us into our next topic, which is setting goals for your business. So what are those goals? Where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 3 years? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Make sure you have that from the get-go so that you have a roadmap of where you can go with this, because it can lead you in a lot of ways, but you want to make sure that it ultimately aligns with your goals and your values and everything for you, for your family, and everybody else. So that's the next thing, is setting your goals. Fourth thing we like to talk about is what type of business do you want to own? People can do this mobily. You can do this in your home studio. You can do this at a salon or spa. You can rent out a single room in another salon or spa. Maybe you want to open a full service salon like some of our podcast guests have. So what type of business do you actually want to own? Next, we get into naming your business. Trust me, a lot of people get stuck in this step. I've had emails from people that say, hey, I don't quite know what to do. I haven't decided on a name. Look, don't let that be something that stops you up. It should be something that's a little unique for you. A lot of people try to go with things about glow and bronze, and that's great. It makes sense. It's spray tanning. However, you want something that's different, that's unique, that maybe stands out, that people can remember. So when naming your business, make sure that you come up with something that's unique, and don't let that be the thing that gets you caught up, because the name ultimately is not going to decide your success. Next, we talk about deciding on the legal business structure that you want for your business, because you should always protect yourself. So there's different types of business structures, such as LLC, corporation, and sole proprietorship, and you want to talk to a professional and make sure you decide what's best for you. Some provide more protection for you as a business, which you definitely want in this case, since you're applying something onto somebody's skin. However, we always recommend that people consult with a legal person in this regard, but we do have some information about those legal structures and the different ones that there are for you to choose from. The next thing we talk about is registering the business in your local county office there. It's different for everybody depending on where you are, depending on your state. You can research locally, just look it up, find out how to register a business. There should be some pretty simple steps for you to be able to do that. And again, that is different for everyone depending on where you are. Next, we want to talk a little bit about more protection for yourself and for your business. And this is through insurance. We have linked to a few providers that provide spray tanning business insurance. And this is something that's good because it's another layer of protection for you. And you're always better safe than sorry, for sure. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to start getting into the process of doing some things to move your business forward. Now, those first things are kind of things that you need to take care of first. We just recommend those to people. Not everyone does those, but it's a good place to get started. The good thing is a lot of that stuff can be settled, within one day. So there's no reason really not to do it. The next thing we want to do, I don't tell a lot of people to look at their competition for ideas or pricing or anything like that, but you can gain a lot of knowledge and insight into your competition or into your industry by researching your competitors. And the place I tell people to start is to look at the reviews of their competition. And more specifically, we want to look at negative reviews. Positive reviews are always going to be pretty similar. They're going to be saying this person's the best, go here, they're the best spray tan I ever had, it was beautiful, blah, 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 blah. That's good. But we want to look at the negative things to see what they're doing wrong, to see where we can help. What I found by analyzing a lot of reviews for companies all across the United States in the spray tanning industry specifically, people usually fall flat when it comes to customer service. We all think we're giving great customer service, but we're really not. We want to make sure that we are. They say that 90% of businesses think they're giving exceptional customer service. Only 8% of customers actually say they're receiving exceptional customer service. So there's a huge disconnect there. That is one place to start. But analyze your competition. See where they're falling flat. It may be the products, and maybe that they didn't get trained, and maybe their customer service, whatever it may be. That's a good place for you to start. That's a good way for you to stand out in the crowd, especially if your competition is already falling flat there. The next thing I like to talk about, and something that a lot of people miss out on, not only in spray tanning, but in any business, is deciding who your ideal client is and who you want to serve. So there's some examples in the article. Go check it out. Basically, it says like the difference between Abercrombie advertising clothes and J. Jill advertising clothes. They're both trying to sell clothes, but their target market, their ideal client, is a completely different person. If you understand who your ideal client is, when you market, they feel like you're speaking directly to them. And it helps you because when you put out an advertisement, or when you write on your website, or put out a Facebook post, you can act like you're talking directly to that ideal client, the client avatar. We just give them a name to kind of speak directly to them, and that helps us serve our clients better. It helps us resonate with our ideal client, and it helps us get more business in the end. The next thing we like to get into is the business plan. We don't get overwhelmed here. We have a sample of a one-page business plan from a wonderful book called The $100 Startup. It's awesome. It's straight to the point. Basically, it just tells you, what are we going to do? How are we going to make money? How are we going to market it? How are we going to be different? And, pricing. That's pretty much it. This is not overwhelming. If you're opening a salon or something like that, or want to open a franchise, it may be different. In most cases, people are just trying to get started. The one-page business plan is awesome. Go over to the website. The link's below. Download it and check it out. You'll find that it is so simple. It doesn't overwhelm you. Again, we don't want people getting caught, tripping up before they even get started, whether it's naming their business or trying to write a business plan. It can get overwhelming, so we don't want that to happen. We want to help them get into it. The one-page business plan is a wonderful place to start. The next item I'm going to talk about, if you've been researching how to start a spray tan business, you've probably also looked into spray tan training and certification. I say certification with the air quotes because there really is no certification in the United States currently. Most states, with the exception of Oregon, I believe is the only one as of right now in 2018 that requires you to be an esthetician. Every other state does not have any legal qualifications to be a spray tanner. Operating a business is different, but actually in the spray tanning business. So basically what you're looking for with a training and certification class is what training resonates with you best. You can find training from product brands, from individual people, but you want somebody that teaches the way that you learn and really you can speak to and really feel that you can learn from. Make sure that they have a good track record, make sure they've been around, make sure they're actually successful themselves, and make sure if they are a brand, that they're a reputable brand and they're not just a fly-by-the-night kind of brand. There's different kinds of training as well. We have online training, we have in-person training. You have seminars at some of the trade shows and things like that. There's a ton of different ways to learn. Obviously, each person's situation is unique. I see a lot of people that are wanting to find online training because they can't come to in-person training because they might not be able to pay for the flight or whatever it may be. The online training is great. It's a great place to start. In-person training is great. It's a great place to start. But ultimately, the biggest thing is after you do your training, you need to jump in and start practicing on your friends and family, or else all that training will be forgotten. So we want to make sure that you jump into whatever you decide to do. There's online, there's in-person. You can go through multiple training programs if you want to get more certifications just to learn a little bit more, but make sure that the training, regardless, because again, the certification really doesn't matter that much. You just want to make sure that it gives you a great foundation for your business. And we have some links below. We have a new online training certification program that's out. It's really good. There's a ton of videos. There's over 25 videos just on the spray tanning process itself. We also talk about the business side of it too in a secondary course that's with it. We have some more resources coming out as well. So check that out. The link will be below to that as well. And then, these are probably the more fun steps for a lot of people, is deciding on the spray tan products you want to use and the spray tan equipment you want to use. We try to stay unbiased here because really the solution and the equipment, it really varies depending on the person and the situation. Go do research online, find some products that offer free samples, get the products in and try them, because it doesn't matter what you say. The most common question I see all the time online and Facebook forums and things alike is that people are asking, what's the best spray tan solution? There really is no best spray tan solution because everybody has a different experience. Everybody has a different spray tan technique. They have different clientele. They have a different gun. They have a different, the airflow in their gun may be different. They have a different, obviously where they are and the climate and everything is different. So there's too many factors to say that there's a best spray tan product. However, go out, get some samples, find out what works best for you. As far as equipment goes, we really like the Apollo brand. You can go check that out. A ton of the major companies sell those. You can also check out Apollo or hvlp.com and see their equipment as well. All the guns are pretty similar. I usually recommend for people to start on the lower end. They're about $300. You can get started pretty quick and easy. That gun, as your business grows, that gun can always become a backup. So don't go drop $1,000, $2,000 on a gun. There's really no reason to do that. We're really just trying to help you get started. So that's what we want to focus on is getting started. So the next step, some more fun stuff. We want to actually brand the business. Once we have, we obviously already have decided on the name. We want to find a way to brand it. We have some great guidelines on that, on the guide that you can go to. Again, the link will be down below. But basically, you want to make sure that you have a brand for your business, whether it's you or whether it's a company, whatever it is. You have to brand yourself. There's some people that have done a great job with that, and we do mention those in the article. And the last thing, once you're ready to get your business going, is getting your business online. Again, in the article, we have a link to a lot of things to get started. You can get your website up and running. We have a Happy Tans website builder, which is great. A lot of people love it. Helps you get found online. It helps you get new clients. I totally recommend that. Again, the link will be below. You can also get your business out there for free on things such as Google My Business, on Yelp, and on Facebook Business as well. So these are 16 steps that we've put together so far. This is going to continue to expand over time, but this is a great place to start if you haven't started your business. You can also go over to happytans.com/start, and there's a 14-day email sequence that'll send you an email every day and really help you get started. We've had great reviews and great feedback from that. The new training course, again, will be at happytans.com/training. That currently is an online training and certification program with 2 different courses. There's one course for actual spray tan certification. There's one for the business side of things. Go in there, check it out. Right now, there's around 30 videos right now total. We're going to continue to add more, and you'll have lifetime access to that, as well as some of the certified trainers that'll be there for you to answer any questions that you have. You can always check us out at happytans.com. My name is Grant. You can email me personally. My name is Grant, my email address is grant@happytans.com. I'm happy to help. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you, and happy tanning.